Hello and welcome to another part of numerical analysis. In this part, we shall discuss about power method to find maximum eigenvalue. Let us assume that capital A be a given square matrix, and we know that for a given square matrix we can find the eigenvalues real or complex, and for each eigenvalue, in fact for each real eigenvalue there exists one real eigenvector. So if we assume that lambda be an eigenvalue and capital X be the corresponding eigenvector, then we know that Ax, this will be the lambda x, that is Ax equal to lambda x, where lambda is an eigenvalue and x be the corresponding eigenvector. So from this definition we can easily find the eigenvector x from the given matrix A and the eigenvalue lambda. Suppose a given matrix capital A has several real eigenvalues. Now there is some method by which we can find the real eigenvalues of the matrix A and the corresponding eigenvectors. So if all the eigenvalues are found, then we can easily find the maximum eigenvalue. But power method is an iteration method from which we can find the maximum eigenvalue or the greatest eigenvalue of a given square matrix. This method is known as power method. In this case, we initially assume one approximate eigenvector or the first approximation of the eigenvector, and we use the iteration formula to obtain the successive approximations of the eigenvectors and also the eigenvalues. The method stops when two consecutive eigenvalues or eigenvectors are equivalent, correct up to given order of accuracy. So let us assume that x0 be the initial approximation of the eigenvector. So if we assume that x0 is the initial approximation of the eigenvector, then if we multiply the matrix A by this eigenvector ax0, and the product will be something like lambda into x, if lambda be the eigenvalue and x0 be the corresponding eigenvector. Now this formula states that if we multiply A with the initial eigenvector x0, then in the product if we take lambda common, then we shall get the next approximation of the eigenvector, and this lambda will be the first approximation of the eigenvalue. So if we multiply the matrix by the initial approximation of the eigenvector, then this will be equal to the next approximation of the eigenvalue, it is multiplied by the next approximation of the eigenvector. Next we shall multiply the matrix A with this new approximation of the eigenvector. So if we multiply the matrix A by this eigenvector x1, then suppose we get lambda 2 x2. So lambda 2 is the second approximation and x2 is the corresponding eigenvector. Next we shall apply this eigenvector x2 to multiply the matrix A. So we multiply A into x2. So if we multiply this, then we get the third approximation of the eigenvalue and we get the corresponding eigenvector. So this method will continue. So in general we may assume that, or we may write Axk, this will be equal to lambda k plus 1 x k plus 1, where the kth eigenvector or kth approximation of the eigenvector is denoted by xk and k plus 1th approximation of the eigenvalue is denoted by lambda k plus 1 and the corresponding eigenvector is denoted by xk plus 1. So this is the required iteration formula to find the maximum eigenvalue and corresponding eigenvector. In this method, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, these are successive approximations of the eigenvalue, and x1, x2, x3, these are corresponding eigenvectors. So we shall stop computing when two consecutive eigenvalues and two consecutive eigenvectors, in fact two consecutive approximations of the eigenvalue and two consecutive approximations of the eigenvectors are equal, correct up to desired order of accuracy. Suppose in the question it is given that we have to find the eigenvalue and eigenvector correct up to 2 decimal places, then we shall stop computing when two consecutive approximations of the eigenvalue and eigenvectors are equal, correct up to 2 decimal places. So this method is known as power method. So next we shall give one example. Let us consider this problem. Find the maximum eigenvalue and corresponding eigenvector for the following matrix. It is a 3 cos 3 given matrix: 1 3 minus 1 3 2 4 minus 1 4 10. This is in fact a symmetric matrix, so all the eigenvalues will be real. So let this matrix be denoted by capital A. So this is the A matrix. So we shall find the maximum eigenvalue of this matrix A by using the power method. For that, we shall consider one initial approximation of the eigenvector, and we can assume any column matrix or any vector as initial approximation of this eigenvector. Usually 3 vectors are taken as initial approximations. These are 3 unit vectors: 1 0 0, 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. Now there is no specific rule to select the initial eigenvector. We can take any one of them. In fact, we can take any other eigenvector as initial approximation. But we shall take any one of these 3 eigenvectors for simplicity. So let us solve this problem. We know that the iteration formula is AXK, that is the kth approximation, that is lambda k plus 1 into x k plus 1, the k plus 1th approximation of the eigenvalue and eigenvector. So starting from this initial eigenvector, we shall find the successive eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Now in this problem, we shall take this one as initial approximation. We can take any one of remaining 2 eigenvectors, but in this case we are selecting this eigenvector. So this is the A matrix, and we have selected x0 as 0 0 1. So this is our initial approximation of the eigenvector 0 0 1. Now we shall multiply the matrix A with the eigenvector x0. So if we multiply A and x0, then using the calculator we can easily get the elements of this column vector. So the first element of the column vector can be found if we multiply this row and this column, then it will be minus 1. The second element can be found if we multiply the second row and this column, then it will be 4. And the third element can be found if we multiply the third row and this column, then it will be 10. Now since we have selected x0, that is 0 0 1 as the initial eigenvector, so since in this case we have considered 1 in the third place, so the first approximation of the eigenvalue will be the last component of this column vector. So this 10 will be the first approximation of the eigenvalue. So if we get this lambda that is equal to 10, then the next eigenvector can be found if we take 10 common from this vector, or if we multiply the each elements of this vector by 1 by 10. So in this case it will be minus 1 by 10, so minus 0.1, 4 by 10, 0.4, 10 by 10, which is 1. So this will be the next approximation of the eigenvector. So here we write minus 0.1, 0.4 and 1. Next we shall multiply A and x1. So if we multiply this matrix and this vector, then we shall get this vector. By calculator we can easily find that 0.1, 4.5 and 11.7. So this vector can be found if we multiply this matrix and this column vector. This is in fact a column vector. Now from this column vector, this last one will be the next approximation of the eigenvalue. So the next approximation will be 11.7. Now remember, if we select the eigenvector as 0, 1, 0, then the second component will be the eigenvalue. Now since we have selected 0, 0, 1, so the third component will be the eigenvalue. So if 11.7 is the eigenvalue, then the corresponding eigenvector can be found if we divide all the elements of this vector by 11.7. So if we divide 0.1 by 11.7, then we get 0.01. If we divide 4.5 by 11.7, then we get 0.38, and this is obviously 1. So this is the next approximation of the eigenvector. Next we have to multiply this matrix and this vector. So if we multiply this matrix and this vector, then using the calculator we can easily find that this is 0.15, it is 4.79, it is 11.51. So this 11.51 will be the next approximation of the eigenvalue. So here we put 11.51. Then the corresponding eigenvector can be found if we multiply this vector by 11.51. So if we multiply this vector by 11.51, then we get 0.01, 0.42 and 1. So this is the next approximation of the eigenvector. So here we write 0.01, 0.42 and 1. So this is the next approximation of the eigenvector. Now we need to multiply A and this vector. So if we multiply this matrix with this column vector, then we get the new column vector, which is 0.27, 4.87 and 11.67. So here 11.67 is the new approximation of the eigenvalue. So the corresponding eigenvector can be found if we divide this vector by 11.67. So then we shall get 0.02, 0.42 and 1. So this is the next approximation of the eigenvector, 0.02, 0.42 and 1. Now we shall multiply this matrix with this column vector. So if we multiply this matrix with this column vector, then we shall get a new column vector which will be 0.28, 4.9 and 11.66. So here 11.66 is the next approximation of the eigenvalue, and the corresponding eigenvector can be found if we divide this column vector by 11.66. So if we divide this with 11.66, we get 0.02, 0.42 and 1. So this is the next approximation of the eigenvector, 0.02, 0.42 and 1. Now if we multiply this matrix and this column vector, then again we shall get these values. So which are 0.28, 4.9 and 11.66, where this 11.66 is the next approximation of the eigenvalue. Now the corresponding eigenvector can be found if we divide this column vector by this eigenvalue 11.66. So we shall get 0.02, 0.42 and 1. Now if we consider two consecutive approximations of the eigenvalues, then we find that these two are same, correct up to 2 decimal places. And also if we check two consecutive eigenvectors or two consecutive approximations of the eigenvectors, then also we find that these two consecutive approximations are same, correct up to 2 decimal places. So by iteration formula, this is the result which is correct up to 2 decimal places. So now we can write that the maximum eigenvalue or the greatest eigenvalue which is correct up to 2 decimal places is 11.66 and the corresponding eigenvector is 0.02, 0.421 which is correct up to 2 decimal places. So we can write the final answer as the greatest eigenvalue which is correct up to 2 decimal places is 11.66 and corresponding eigenvector which is again correct up to 2 decimal places is 0.02, 0.42 and 1. So this is the corresponding eigenvector and this is the maximum or greatest eigenvalue of this matrix. So this method is known as power method. Now using the power method, we can find the maximum eigenvalue or the greatest eigenvalue of a given square matrix. Now is it possible to find the minimum eigenvalue of a given square matrix by power method? The answer is yes. Suppose capital A be a given square matrix which is non-singular matrix, and suppose that this is a 3 cross 3 matrix and the eigenvalues are lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. So out of these 3 eigenvalues, we assume that lambda 2 is the maximum eigenvalue. Then if we compute A inverse, that is inverse matrix of A, and we know that if the matrix is non-singular, then we can find A inverse. So if lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 be the eigenvalues of A, then the eigenvalues corresponding to this matrix A inverse will be 1 by lambda 1, 1 by lambda 2, 1 by lambda 3. Now in matrix A, if lambda 2 is the maximum eigenvalue or the greatest eigenvalue, then in A inverse this 1 by lambda 2 will be the least eigenvalue, and conversely if lambda 1 be the least eigenvalue of A matrix, then in A inverse 1 by lambda 1 this will be the maximum eigenvalue of this matrix A inverse. So using this property we can find the minimum eigenvalue of a given square matrix by power method. Suppose a matrix capital A is given and we need to find the least eigenvalue of this matrix, and power methods only finds the maximum eigenvalue. For that reason, to find the minimum eigenvalue of A, we shall compute A inverse. There are several methods to find A inverse. We can find A inverse by adjoint A by determinant A. We can find A inverse by Gauss-Jordan's matrix inversion method. So once A inverse is found, then we shall apply power method on A inverse to find the maximum eigenvalue of A inverse. So if we find that lambda is the maximum eigenvalue of A inverse, then the corresponding minimum eigenvalue of A will be 1 by lambda. This can be found by using this property. So remember, if we want to find the minimum eigenvalue of a matrix, then we first inverse the matrix. So if we find the inverse of the matrix, then we find the maximum eigenvalue of the inverse matrix. So if lambda is the maximum eigenvalue of the inverse matrix, then 1 by lambda will be the corresponding minimum eigenvalue of the matrix A. So that completes this part. In this part, we have learned how to find maximum and minimum eigenvalue of a matrix by power method. So see you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.